Fact-checking the 2020 presidential debates. Trump on Moscow money.
Joe got $3.5 million from Russia, and it came through Putin because he was very friendly with the former mayor of Moscow, and it was the mayor of Moscow's wife, and you got $3.5 million.
The president is distorting a disputed allegation contained in a partisan report from a Republican-controlled Senate committee about Biden's son, Hunter. The report claimed that an investment firm co-founded by Hunter Biden received $3.5 million from Russian businesswoman Elena Baturina in 2014. Baturina was the wife of Yuri Lushkov, who was removed as the mayor of Moscow in 2010 by then Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. The report says nothing about Joe Biden receiving any money from that transaction, and it is not clear that Hunter Biden did either. George Maziris, a lawyer for Hunter Biden, told the Washington Post that the allegation is false. Maziris said Hunter Biden was not a co-founder of the company, Rosemont Seneca Thornton LLC, that is named in the report as receiving the payment from Baturina. Biden on Social Security.
This is the guy that the actuary at Medicare said, if in fact, at Social Security, if in fact he continues to withhold his plan to withhold the tax on Social Security will be bankrupt by 2023 with no way to make up for it.
That's not what the Social Security Administration's chief actuary said. The agency's chief actuary analyzed hypothetical legislation that would eliminate the payroll tax that funds Social Security, not a plan from Trump. Now, Trump did say in August that if he wins re-election, he would look at terminating the payroll tax that funds Social Security and using general funds to finance Social Security. But his aides have said he only wants Congress to forgive a 4-month Social Security payroll tax holiday for employees that he authorized that month, not permanently end the payroll tax. In an August 24th letter, Stephen Goss, the Social Security Administration's chief actuary, said eliminating the payroll tax without providing an alternative source of funding would deplete the trust fund for retirement benefits by 2023. But that's not what Trump has proposed. Trump on family separations at the border.
These 500 plus kids came with parents. They separated them at the border to make it a disincentive to come to begin with. Real tough. We're really strong. And guess what? They cannot, it's not coyotes didn't bring them over. Their parents were with them. They got separated from their parents. And it makes us a laughing stock and violates every notion of who we are as a nation.
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Kristen, they did it. We changed the policy.
Your response to that?
They did it. We changed.
did not.
In fact, it was not until the Trump administration that the U.S. began referring all illegal border crossers for criminal prosecution, forcing separations, since children couldn't be held in detention facilities for adults. Experts say there were some separations under previous administrations. For example, in cases where the family relationship could not be established or child trafficking was suspected. But there was no blanket policy like the zero-tolerance policy the Trump administration implemented. Biden on federal prisoners.
We got a lot of it done. We released 38,000. We got
done.
38,000 prisoners left from the.
You got nothing done.
38,000 prisoners were released from federal prison.
Biden got the figure from a December 2018 letter from the American Civil Liberties Union addressed to Senate leaders. The letter said, the federal prison population has fallen by over 38,000 since 2013, thanks in large part to retroactive application of sentencing guidelines approved by the U.S. Sentencing Commission. But that figure was based on federal data as of December 13, 2018, so the ACLU was looking at statistics from about halfway through the Obama administration through nearly 2 years into the Trump administration. Under the Obama administration, the number of prisoners in federal custody declined by about 12,000, according to data from the Bureau of Justice Statistics. Biden on face masks.
The expectation is we'll have another 200,000 Americans dead between now and the end of the year. If we just wore these masks, the president's own advisors have told him, we could save 100,000 lives.
That's a projection from the University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, not from the president's advisors. Also, the projection has changed. IHME's model now projects around 34,000 lives could be saved by the end of the year with near universal masking. Trump on catch and release.
It just shows that he has no understanding of immigration or the laws. Catch and release is a disaster. A murderer would come in, a rapist would come in, a very bad person would come in. We would take their name. We have to release them into our country. And then you say they come back. Less than 1% of the people come back.
The president gets two things wrong about the so-called catch and release policy, which allows for the release of certain people caught crossing the border illegally pending an immigration hearing. First, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is required under the Immigration Nationality Act, Section 236C, to hold certain criminals, including those who have been convicted of an aggravated felony and those who have served more than a year in jail for a criminal offense. So, murderers and rapists are not released. The president is also wrong about the percentage of people who fail to appear for immigration hearings after being released. The Department of Justice's Executive Office for Immigration Review, which conducts removal proceedings in immigration courts, reported that in the second quarter of this year, 53% of removal orders were issued in absentia, meaning when a foreign national fails to appear, in initial case completions. Immigration experts told us last year, when we wrote about a similar claim by the president, that the percentage of those who show up for immigration hearings is even higher than the EOIR statistics indicate. In any event, Trump is wrong when he says it is less than 1%.